Plassey. Firstly, I will read the content and then I'll make you explain the content. The result of the Battle of Plassey was far-reaching as it paved the way for the British conquest of Bengal and eventually of the whole of India. Mir Qasim Clive was made the governor of Bengal in June 1758 and he returned in February 1760. Meanwhile, the British were not very happy with Mir Jafar, as he was not able to pay the dues to the company promised after the Battle of Plassey. He was replaced as Nawab by his son-in-law Mir Qasim in September 1760. Qasim agreed to pay off the outstanding dues. He also credited the three district of Burdwan, Midnapur and Chittorgarh to the company. However, he later objected to the undue privilege demanded by the company servants for their private trade. Not only this, he provided concession or to Indian traders so far enjoyed only by the British. This led to a serious dispute between the Mir Qasim and the British. The Battle of Buxar. Although Mir Qasim had organized his military on European model, the company forces defeated his army in a series of war. Mir Qasim fled to Awadh and formed an alliance with Shujauddaulah, Nawab of Awadh, and Shah Alam II, the Mughal emperor. The joint the joint army of the alliance was defeated by the British General Munro at Buxar on 22nd October 1764. Shah Alam joined the British camp and concluded peace with them. The Nawab of Awadh also sought the protection of the EEIC. Mir Jafar was once more proclaimed the Nawab of Bengal, who was succeeded by his son Nizamud-Dawla after his death. However, he was a mere figurehead. Clive was made the governor of Bengal for the second time in in 1765. He forced the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II to grant the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa to the EEIC. This gave company the right to collect the revenue. The British had to buy goods in India for European markets by paying gold and silver imported from Britain. At this time, they had no manufactured goods to be sold in India. This whole scenario changed after after acquiring the Diwani rights, as the revenues collected from the Indian provinces was used to finance British trade and their other expenses in India. However, the Nawab was responsible for the administration of the province. Thus, the company enjoyed the control without administrative responsibility. On the other hand, the Nawab had to run the administration without any control over the finance. This is known as the Dastak system of governance, which turned out to be disastrous for the Company of India. This is the content, and now I am going to explain you in brief. This consequences of Battle of Plassey is is started from 23rd June 1757, and this battle is known as also Anglo-Bengal War first. Kindly keep it in your mind. This battle can be known with the name of can be not can be it is known with the name of Anglo-Bengal War first. Okay, and it was on 23rd June 1757. The reason and the causes are this: the EEIC are misusing the pass. The name of the pass is Dastak. They are not means they are showing the pass and using for their own trade, for their own necessities, and in the name of the government. Then the another cause, or you can say reason, is a fortification of Calcutta by EEIC. Fortification means kilabandi, the place Indian has given them to live in, to start their trades. They have for they made it and they fortified it for their own mean. So fortification of Calcutta is also a reason for the Battle of Plassey. And the name of Nawab, who was the king, who was the Nawab, who was the king of Bengal, means you can say who is leading the Bengal, is Sirajuddaula. And the region coming at that time, the region comes in Bengal is Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bangladesh, Bihar, West Bengal, and Orissa. These were the region concluded in the area of Bengal, or no, these regions known to be Bengal. And this Sirajuddaula was the subordinate of Mughal king who was ruling at that time. So Sirajuddaula has to follow the rules, whatever the guidelines being given by the Mughal king. The series of event is like Siraj attack at Calcutta because he don't want the things which are going wrong, and he is not ready to digest them. He is not ready to accept them in that condition, whatever it was. Then they fled to and but listening that Sirajuddaula is coming to attack on our area Calcutta, so the EEIC people had fled to an island. The name of the island is Fluta, and it is on Hooghly River. And you know, all of you know, the Hooghly River is in Bengal. Then as you know ki they fled, EEIC people fled. So Sirajuddaula thought that he got the victory and he celebrated the victory. EIC Robert Clive and Mir Jafar and Jagat Seth and that Ghasiti Begum. These four people make the conspiracy against the Mir Jafar. So against the Sirajuddaula, sorry, not Mir Jafar, Sirajuddaula. And Mir Jafar was the Mir Bakshi, means he was responsible for the army and all. And Jagat Seth, he was the banker, he was a businessman. And Robert Clive, you know that he was the EEIC person who is making the conspiracy. And the third one, family member, or you can say the member who had cheated the Sirajuddaula, was the Ghasiti Begum. So she was the aunt of Sirajuddaula. Okay, these all four people make conspiracy and create such a situation that the Battle of Plassey being held. Battle of Plassey being held in 23rd June 1757. So you have to keep in your memory the dates. You have to keep in your memory the reasons and the causes why these battle had been held. And you have to keep in your mind the name of the Nawab who was ruling at that time, and the region in which he is ruling, and which other states or places are coming in those in that region. That all you have to keep in your mind. You can keep in your memory. Then the conclusion of this Battle of Plassey meant with the with the lo- uh, with the loss of Sirajudaulah and killed by Mir Mir Qasim, the son of Mir Jafar. Mir Qasim killed him, and Mir Qasim was the son-in-law of Mir Jafar. Okay, the result and the causes. Mir Jafar made what happened means after getting all this battle finished, the conclusion came like Mir Jafar made Nawab, and Mir Jafar gifted 24 Pargana to EEIC. Okay, after getting the designation of Nawab, Mir Jafar give what Mir Jafar did. Mir Jafar gifted 24 Pargana to EEIC, and a lot of money to the EEIC. Okay, the another is about the Battle of Boxer. It is about Battle of Boxer. This is known as the Anglo-Bengal War Second. There is also some reasons and the causes just behind of this. Mir Qasim, son-in-law of Mir Jafar, was made Nawab of Bengal in 1760. He had gifted to the EEIC three territories: Burdwan, that is in West Bengal; Midnapur, that is also in West Bengal; and Chittorgarh, that is also in Bengal. Okay, Bangladesh. Then miss why the things are not being continued as it was, that because the misuse of dastak continued. So what he did, he made some changes. That is, dastak became irrelevant as taxes were removed. Because what he removed the taxes, and because the taxes had been removed, so dastak having no use, and it was became irrelevant. EEIC again consigned or help of Mir Jafar, and Mir Qasim shifted his capital from Murshidabad to Mungar. Okay, the events is this: he Mir Qasim plus Mir Qasim and Shujauddaulah and Shah Alam II, who was the Mughal king and was ruling in Delhi. They all three makes a battle, and they all three prepare for their armies for the battle, and that battle was of known as the Battle of Boxer, and it was held on 22nd of October 1764. EIC EIC uh, and EIC won. The result was that EIC won, and consequences is the Treaty of Allahabad first, that was at the time of EIC Shah Alam II, and Shah Alam II make this Diwani rise to EIC for Bengal, and Bengal Nawab, Mughal King, and EIC. They have been distributed the taxes whatever the EIC getting, or EEIC is taking from the Indian people. Those are distributed among Bengal of Nawab, Mughal King, and EIC. This is the sequence. Bengal of Nawab is getting only 53 lakh per year for their expenditure, and Mughal King is getting only 26 lakhs for their expenditure, and EIC is getting 3 crore and 3 crore point 25 lakhs for their benefits. And the third is Mughal King of Allahabad also involved in this. Treaty of Allahabad. The Treaty of Allahabad is EIC Nawab of Awadh also there, and 1 crore rupees to EIC English resident at Lucknow, Allahabad, and Kara to Mughal King, and Zamidara of Banaras, Balwant Rai. These all made their they all had to accept the Treaty of Allahabad, and as Allahabad, Treaty of Allahabad first and second. These were the conclusion of these two wars. Okay, beta. Have a nice day. Take care. Please read the lesson carefully. Read the content carefully, and you will come to know the things in a sequence, and you can come to know the consequences of the events, whatever being held in your past, in India's past. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.